and I'm going to be talking about my Cotta. Um, so basically, I'm just going to be talking about my entire experience with Cotta. That's before Cotta Cush, um, during my stay at Cotta Cush, and after Cotta Cush, going forward. So before Cotta Cush, I'll say. So what was I looking for? So basically for my internship, there were certain things I was looking for. Number one was I was looking for a place in Ibadan. So I didn't want to go to Lagos. I stay in Lagos. I know how stressful Lagos is, and having to maybe go from home to work, having to face Lagos traffic. I was not ready for that stress at all. So, honestly, so number one, I was looking for a place in Ibadan. Then number two, I was looking for a challenge. So actually, yeah. So I was looking for a challenge. So yeah, a challenge in the sense that I wanted to work in I wanted to work in a place where I've given a lot of tasks to work on. So I talked to my colleagues, my senior colleagues in school, about some of the places they intend at. And they told me things like send some of them to go and buy food, or they told them to go and just do casual things. They didn't give them anything of consequence. Some of them they're giving them fixes in the company. So interns were known to only handle fixes. They don't do anything, no new features, nothing at all, just fixes and basic fixes. So yeah, I was also looking for experience. So programming had absorbed a lot of theory, learn about classes, even as far as learning some basics in functional programming and all those things. But read books, but no, I didn't really have the opportunity to put those things into practice. Read Quora, Medium articles, and all that. So I was looking for a place where I could gain experience, and then I also wanted to work with more experienced people, so I could learn from more experienced people. So yes, and then so I spoke to Tunde about this. I spoke to Tunde about this. I told him this was. So he asked me, "What are you looking for?" So I told him that these are things I'm looking for. And then so he asked, "Okay, what places you've applied to?" I told him, and then I also asked him that, "Okay, so like Cotta and Push offer this." He said, so he pitched. He told me yes, that Cotta and Push can give me all this. I mean, place in Ibadan, a challenge, experience. And one thing is very certain of is that I won't do anything casual. I'll be giving things of consequence to work on. I'll be put under a lot of pressure, and then I'm going to grow, and I should be ready for that. So, yeah. Then another thing that channeled my decision was so all the places I applied to, maybe about six, I went through their internship their internship challenge. So interestingly, Cut and Push was the most challenging one for me. So so much so that even my colleagues in school knew there was a change in my attitude in the sense that so in school people know me to be this I'm just maybe very casual, maybe I'm in class or okay I'm going for a chess club meeting or a debate meeting or just different things, different places. But when I started Cut and Push challenge, most times people ask, "What are you doing?" I'm doing this. What are you doing? Exactly the same thing. So, I mean, people started picking out that. So, in fact, in school, that was one of the reasons why Cut and Push became popular in the UI. Okay. So they saw the internship challenge. Who said that they are not doing it, and yeah, so they gave up. They said they are not interested in something like this. So yeah, so those are the things that piqued my curiosity about Cut and Push, and then so I applied, and then I mean that's what I got in. So getting in my first month. So yeah, my first month at Cotta uh, my first month at Cotta was also for me was one of the worst months, one of my worst times at this particular place. And the reason was that there's so many things that I had to learn. So interestingly, over the years of learning how to program, I had the opportunity to learn PHP. But I was part of this gang of people that I don't know, that bash PHP a lot. And bash it in the sense that say it's a shitty language. It's a language for lazy programmers. It's a language that helps you, that encourages bad coding practices. So the first experience I had with PHP code, I think someone gave me something to fix, and we just joined everything together. I mean, HTML, CSS, I mean, PHP. There was no, everything was just together. We were echoing with HTML tags and all that. So I made up my mind that I would not have anything to do with PHP. So that was number one. And then another thing was when I started dealing with databases. First experience I had was with no SQL databases. So MongoDB, yeah, I think yes. So MongoDB, and so I used to write Node and MongoDB very well. So that was the experience. I also didn't like SQL databases. So all those tables and all those things, I didn't like any of those things. So coming to Cotta Cush, I was told I was going to write PHP. I was told I was going to use MySQL. And not just PHP, I was going to write Falcon and E. Interestingly, two frameworks I had never heard of in my life. So interesting. That was the first let's say turn off in the sense that okay. The only thing I was coming with here was my idea of programming. None of the technologies I was reading. So maybe just JavaScript, but I wasn't even really going to write JavaScript in that same book. I was just coming with my idea of programming. All the other things that I was used to. So I was going to learn, the language I've been bashing all this while. And then I was going to learn MySQL, Falcon, and then E. So I thought I was giving time to, learn these things. So I think so Kenny and I thought to just, also when introduced her as my coach, that's my mentor. So I was told that I told her I opened up to her that I don't know PHP, I don't know programming, but she said, well, you know programming. I said, I know programming. Yes, I know programming. She was like, okay, no problem, fine. So she gave me money, she gave me a book, I think she gave me a link. And to me, I thought, that maybe I'll use my first month to learn all these things and get comfortable, arm myself, and I'll get ready for this thing. So I think I started setting up on Monday. And then let's say by Thursday, I got a call from Emmy. And then she said, hi Emmy, so you're working on, there's a particular project called Red Cheetah, mention a couple of names, Red Cheetah, Add Candy, blah, blah. Can you send me your email address? I'll send you some Google Docs, so you can just, so I was like, okay, fine, maybe this is the project I'm working on. Get a chance to read about this project and all these things. So, but in the meantime, I just want to know that. So we need an endpoint for religion. I was like, okay. She said, so yes, we need an endpoint for religion on this project, and then you have been assigned to work on that. And I said, I was like, so I stammered. I was like, wait, with that, I'm just, learning. No. Before then, so she said, yeah, you should work with estimates. So I'd like you to just quickly make an estimate for this particular. I was like, wait, though, that I want to learn some things. So can I add that to my estimate? She was like, no, don't worry, you can always pick up on everyone in the system. Like, fine, now, okay. So I made an estimate. I told her that don't worry, that she should get it on Friday. She should get the endpoint for the by Friday. We don't need it. So I don't know. Maybe she laughed. Maybe she laughed because she thought this was that. I don't give up. She just laughed and I said, okay, no problem. So I think I started. So I told Kendi about it. So we came to that one, and then she explained. So she explained to me. Everything she explained, most of the things she explained, I already knew them. You route. Maybe you make a query. You have to go and fetch the endpoint from the DB, and just felt like that fine. So I looked at the project. When I looked at the project, I saw the size of the project. I'd never seen any code base so large like that in my entire life. So I worked on, I think the biggest project that I ever worked on was one UI alumni website, which never got deployed. We were 4 that worked on that project. It was just it was small, but it was the biggest project that I worked on. felt proud of myself, but I was looking at I was looking at PHP code. When this PHP code, it was not as jumbled as the other previous ones I had seen. I mean, this one looked very structured, but it was huge, it was ginormous. I didn't know where to start from. In as much as I had the idea of what to do, I didn't know where to start from. And so Kenny started to, I told Kenny that, "Oh, I don't know this thing, I don't even know what to do." So she asked, okay, migrations. You have migrations for my life. She told me you have to work with migrations, you have to create a table, blah 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 blah. Interestingly, I didn't get it done on Friday. I didn't get it done on Monday. I didn't get it done. So I think I finished on Tuesday. Finished in the sense that I created a PR for that. But then I was told that I had to write tests, I had to update the documentation. So when they told me I had to write tests, I was confused. Like, test for what? I was like, test for what? But so before we just build this, I had to write tests and all that. I was like, okay, so Nifemi asked, yeah, how far? Where's my endpoint for religion? I said, I'm still working on it. And so, interestingly, it got serious. So, I mean, I was put under a lot of pressure at the point when people asked that, what's up with the endpoint for religion on the channel? I didn't reply. I didn't say anything. I just, so when things like that happen, I'm not Kenny that, help me, they are putting me under pressure. And Kenny will just look at me now. But I just continue on this. So, either way, I struggled a lot of help from Kenny and I think Sunday. And then Benro told me to go and look at how age ranges work. So I looked at that and one way or the other I was able to get that. So but interestingly, one thing I learned a lot from that first app was figuring things out myself. So Kenny will give me a lot of links to go and read something about migrations. I mean I was lost. I was really lost actually. So after that time, I said I don't think APIs or backend for me. So I said the next thing I want to do is front end. So I think I told Kenny and Taiwo that I said that in fact what I was really coming in for was no backend, so that it was front end. So they said okay, no problem. So the next time I saw Kenny going through some tickets on this thing. So I think she picked one, she said she would select one, she gave me one. So it was it had to be front end. I think Art Candy Cotta or something like that. It was a page, then there was a view more button to go to normal this connection time, blah blah blah. Some of those things, yeah. So I was like, I'm ready for this one. So continued, I checked the code base again, and when I started, this one was way more serious than the other one. I did not get it. I didn't get it actually. In fact, it was this second task that led to my first scolding at Cotta Cush. So there was a particular day, and Kenny was sitting down here and she was trying to explain, I think connection time, disconnection time. So she took her time. I think she even left what she was doing. She carried a paper and a biro, and then she was breaking it down for me. So there's a connection time when you connect to the VPN. So my mind, I was still trying to process, okay, VPN, virtual private network, I was still trying to process down. Then she jumped again, there's a connection time. I had not finished processing VPN, then connection time, then there's a disconnection time. I was just lost. So interesting, I should have told her at that point in time that I don't, let's stop there, please, but I didn't say anything. So I think we went on for maybe like 6 minutes, I can't really remember, 6 minutes. And she now asked, do you understand? I said yes. I understand. I said that you do a very similar thing. As in you're going to implement a very similar. So she even showed me where something like that was done before. I'm going to implement a very similar thing. So at that point I knew I was in trouble. So I think less than 30 seconds later I asked her, and I asked her for that something she explained. So that day, that was my first schooling. I cannot be telling you the same thing over and over again. You're training us, but blah blah blah. If you don't understand, just say you don't understand. You don't wait for someone to go for. So that was like my first schooling, and interestingly, I understood because I used to teach kids how to play chess. So that was in Lagos. There's a Corona school at Anthony in Lagos. So I used to teach them how to play chess. And sometimes I get to teach them the same moves over and over again. So it can be really, really annoying. So I understand that. So at some point, I wanted to give up. I felt Cotta Cush was not for me. In fact, interestingly, I had 1 month break to make up my mind about some of the other places I'd gotten. So I thought Cotta Cush was not for me. I wanted to message you that. So I thank you for the opportunity. I'm sorry that I'm not the person. Maybe I'm not the person you looking for. I'm sure feeling sad and depressed and all those things. So yes, I really felt like giving up. But then so Tunde, so I told Tunde about it that say I'm not getting these things, and Tunde was like, "You'll be fine, don't worry, you'll be fine, you'll be fine." Like say, "I know you now, Emmy, I know you, you'll be fine. No, you just have to." I'm like, "Today, are you just optimistic?" Or he said, "See, I know what I'm talking about. You'll be fine." So he told me his own. So he told me, gave me some couple of gist and that. So yeah, so before Cotta Cush, I also knew Yemi in way. I used to go to a friend of mine and Yemi were roommates. I used to go to his room. I used to play without my friend. I used to eat Yemi's food, so I wish I started learning programming from him then. But so I messaged Yemi to that, see you, your people are Cotta Cush, they want to kill me, that I'm not getting any of these things. Blah, blah, blah. So now told me that don't worry, that calm down, that you'll be fine. So he gave me some books. He recommended some books. Build APIs on it, clean code, and domain-driven design. He said I should focus on build APIs on it first. That I'll be fine with that. So I said okay, I was going to stick. So I told those other people that thank you very much. I've gotten another place, and so I decided to stay. So going forward, yes. So a glimmer of hope. So the glimmer of hope for me was when Efe, Kofo, Jerry, so Babs was already around, but Babs and I weren't really doing the same thing. I think Babs was more of a design person, not really a coding person like that. So yeah, but for me the real change was when Efe, Kofo, and Jerry came around. So I remember the first day they came. I mean, this place was lively. So interestingly, before then, I was the only one. So every other person had not seen like they knew what they were doing. I was sitting here. Tulu was sitting on my left, Kenny to my right. I mean, Tulu was doing his thing well. Kenny doing that thing well. Right in front of me was Taiwo. Diagonally was Wale. I mean, let me just use the term for lack of a better word, like bad people that knew what. I mean, they knew what they were doing. So I was the only one. Imagine having to sit down. I'm so at the end of the movie, we have John, Timmy, and then sometimes they just laugh and play. And my man are like, these people are just joking. I mean, so as getting to meet these other guys, so I had people that I could really relate to and we talk about. So yes, interesting. When I came, one of the challenges I had, and I think it was where Kofo helped me. So one of the challenges I had was pushing my code. So I may finish my task, but I was very scared of breaking anything. I wanted to break anything. Yeah. So I'll just push code like this, just scatter everything that these people are working on. So I said I don't want to do anything. So Ken used to tell me that push your code. The highest thing that will happen is that we just tell you to now correct it. So I read articles on how maybe code destroy one rocket, something that I said that I'm not going to. It's not me that will scatter Cotta Cush. That was my mindset. I'm not pushing. What Kofo? I don't know. Maybe it was. Should I use innocence or naivety? Kofo does not care. Kofo, she will just push the code. I don't know, she will just but she'll be fixing comments on the PR, not on her local. At least she already has a PR thing. So she will just push her code. I'll talk to her that, are you not scared of push this scared? Just push the thing. So, I mean, and interestingly, nothing was breaking. I mean, nothing was breaking. She was just fixing comments on her PR. And so I think after that, I also started pushing code. Like I got confidence in pushing code and all that. So yeah, I have a Kofo to thank for that. I mentioned Tunde's story. So Artican happened too. It was a good time for me to cool my head and everything. So yeah, so my first month was like my foundation. I had Kende and Nifemi. So like they laid the foundation for me. I was able to like get the concept of how things at Cotta Cush work and all that. So yes, I started like understanding the system. So I joined the FBNI team. I started working with Ronke and Wale. So maybe after the foundation I got from like Kenya and Nifemi, I started working with Ronke and Wale on FBNI team. I think that was like the project that, would I say, improved me was interesting. After Atlantic, that was the only project I worked on. So, but FBN was where I really, really improved. I started also working with Nehru very well. And then another thing I liked about Cotta Cush was the flat structure. And then also asking for help. It was easy for me to relate with different people and ask them for help. And then code reviews. Yeah, interestingly, there are some companies that only some specific people are allowed to maybe approve. Yeah, just go through code reviews. But at Cotta Cush, I think everybody can do that. And then business logic. So to me, used to always hammer on this. It's not just about the code you're writing. You need to understand the business logic. You need to understand how the code you're writing. Yes, that's what it is. You need to understand how the code you're writing is going to affect the business. You need to make sure that what you're implementing does not break other things. So we spoke about that. Then another thing I loved was Cotta Cush are open-minded. What I mean by this? So there are times when I'll go to so let me use Kenya as an example. So there was a time I was working on something on orders, and then I was trying to explain something to her, and then so I was explaining a particular code that she wrote to her. So she wrote that code, but I was explaining, but she still listened to me. I mean, she would have looked like, what's this boy saying? But she still listened to me. There are sometimes I will be explaining something to Wale. I mean, even be off point, but they will listen to you. They won't shut you. There was a time I was telling Ronke, I remember I was telling Ronke that so on the web portal, there's something called settings. I mean, I'm sure she must have been like, one telling me that there's something go. But of course, they'll listen to you. They won't, of course, they won't shut you down, and they'll listen to you, correct you if you are wrong, and it's a very important thing. We look at it like a small deal, but it's a very important thing. Then so after some time, I got relaxed. One time I got relaxed. So after reading new APIs units that Emmy recommended, I went through the code on GitHub and all that. So yeah, it was very similar to the code we're writing here. So I got a better understanding of that. So it really helped me a lot. So at some point I got relaxed. I didn't push myself anymore. I didn't really used to read as I used to. And then so this caused the second fight between me and Kenny. So I think there was a day she was asking me some very basic questions here. I was just annoying. I was just saying everything. So I noticed so it was towards the end of work hours, and so she went home. She was really like disappointed. Or she was disappointed that day, so she went home. So the next day, I was able to figure it out later on. But the next day, so I think we talked about. So we got to the kitchen and then we talked about relationship. So she told me her concerns, and so she talked about it. So I pushed back a little bit. She pushed back harder, and then so so after that talk, I think I just decided to like not get relaxed, just keep on pushing myself to get better and all that. So yeah, so I think that's all for understanding the system. Then yeah, so what have I learned throughout my stay at Tottenham? So interestingly, I've learned new technology. New technologies in the sense that I've learned PHP, the language I bashed so much. I learned C, I learned Falcon. Yeah, I've learned MySQL. Interestingly, and I even like MySQL and SQL database more than NoSQL. And then I also developed the mindset to tackle challenging problems. So some of the challenging problems I worked on here for me were things like P-Later. P-Later was so I worked on things like P-Later. I worked on direct debits. So I worked on direct debit mandate. I worked on Pay. It was a very good, it was a challenging experience for me. I also learned to figure things out myself. I learned clean code. I learned how to write clean code. Then domain-driven design. So yes, I learned a little bit about domain-driven design. There's a domain expert, someone who understands the product, and then you as a developer, you guys get to build a language like a domain language, a common ground that you can understand. So you have to make a lot of calls like, I don't care if this one happens, what will happen? I have to talk to Wale that this and talk to Kenny that this is how we talk. So then I also learned about designing APIs. Interestingly, before Cotta Cush, the way I used to build APIs, the way I used to do APIs was simple. You just maybe you user makes a request or something. Maybe you want to get the list of all the users, get that, you create a DB. However, it's stored in the DB, we just shove it out as JSON to the person. So maybe if maybe you are unlucky enough to deal with some databases like maybe I don't know, I think it's PostgreSQL. I don't know. There's a particular one that stores true and false as one and something. There's a way they store it in the DB, so you just shove it out as JSON like that. So but here, I saw things like transformers and we fractals. So I think get to where you get to like change the way be specific about the data and all that. Then I also learned how to I learned how I built my confidence here. And then I also learned that you cannot outgrow the basics. This one is because of the last task I worked on. The last task I worked on was by far the most frustrating task for me. And I think I learned so much from that task. That was building the direct debit market from scratch. Interestingly, Kofo was the one working on. So no, I started working on that. Then later on, when you got to the signature part, that task was given to Kofo. I think Ronke told her to make his signature visible. And so it was not working. And so Kofo and I have this like banter attitude. We like make fun of each other. What are you working on? I'll laugh at you and she'll laugh at me. So I was laughing at her, which was working on the signature and that it wasn't showing properly. So I was laughing at her. It will not show, it will not show, it will not show. Little did I know that I really want to even build that from scratch. If I don't like that, I would have laughed. So yeah, so you cannot outgrow the basics. That's another thing I learned. Then yes, I also learning on the job. Very important. I used to I like structured learning. You give you a curriculum, and aside from my life, that's what the educational system trains us for. It doesn't really train us for the real world. So there's a curriculum you follow, and then you are tested. Most times you are tested on that curriculum. So that's like the learning I've been used to all my life. But really, that's not how it is in the real world. So I had to learn on the job, which I think is a very very valuable skill. I also picked that up here at Cotta Cush. Then, of course, great people at Cotta Cush. So my mentors, like that I also mentored me throughout my stay at Cotta Cush, they are on this side. So I've Kende, my prof. Interestingly, Kenny and I at first we're not really close friends. We only talk when she needs me to do something or I need to figure out something I'm not getting and hi, good morning and all that. But interestingly now, like so Kenny and I are like different. I can relate to Kenny on better level. Then I have Wale. So Wale is just awesome actually. So working with Wale was a very awesome experience. I learned so much from Wale. Wale inspired me to learn SQL. Sometimes when I look at some of the queries that Wale writes, I'll just come out of my head, what's happening? So I was challenged. Wale challenged me to really learn SQL. Then Pyro. So I learned, so there was this task I was working on. It had to do with, it had to do with, they said something on the portal also. So I think I worked with Pyro on that. She put me through and then Tunde, of course, I need to do that. So Tunde, like, and Biru is my problem solver. And if I can't figure out something, I usually talk to Biru. Bolade, then Ronke, John, and then Lux. I've had that Gloria, Nifemi, Manu. Basically, all great people at Cotta Cush. It was nice working with you guys. Then miscellaneous, just miscellaneous. So, cutting levers, Wahala. Yeah. So cutting levers, Wahala. They give me a lot of Wahala. I also give them Wahala too. So cutting levers, Wahala like. So sometimes I'll put my water. I'll put my water in the freezer and maybe you go out to do something, maybe play ball or something, and then you come back, you're expecting chill, cold water. You come back and you don't just need maybe half or sometimes you need the empty bottle in the freezer. That's my god, that's serious. So I came up with a hack actually. So I got this chia tea. So when I finish the chia tea, I'll raise the bottle and fill it up with water and keep it in the freezer. So people will think it's chia tea, man. So that's the hack I use. So I need my water in that place. Then football, I played football here. I'm sure they're shocked when they saw me play football. And then also the free hard copy books. So I like reading books. So the free hard copy books upstairs, I read them. Played FIFA a lot. Then debates, yeah, I got into healthy debates with Amarachi on Golden Day Feminism I got into some shouty debates about Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo with John and I don't know, John and Shapiro. So yeah, it was not actually just all fun. I come that and we play and then yeah, so I learned cooking. So I had to cook at Cotta form groups and yeah, we cooked. It was interesting. So going forward, so what I want to do going forward, so I want to teach what I have learned. I remember my one-on-one with coach. So he told me that so what you've learned is not for show off. It's not to look down on other people that didn't have the same experience as you did. So you can impact your society with what you learned. So yes, I want to teach people what I've learned. I want to work on an interesting final year project. Then I also think it's very too early for me to specialize, maybe just specialize that, maybe APIs or backend. So I want to look into, I want to dabble. I think that's my goal for the next quarter. Just dabble in DevOps, JavaScript, machine learning. I also want to look into mobile. If he will not cheat me with this. So yeah. So that's it. Thank you very much. So yeah, questions, addition, subtraction. Yeah. No to do. Yeah.
All right. So I think this question is like this question we always ask this when I mention is personal, so to say. If there was one thing, but don't let's say one thing. What part of our curriculum, like learning from entry to exit, do you think should be fixed? And what fix do you recommend? Take for instance, maybe our internship question challenge challenging. You guys don't want to, you don't want to take people, just don't send us challenging questions. So stuff like that.
So are you just talking about the entire internship?
I'm saying from entry to exit.
Okay, so for me, I think let's say trying to like if there's a way to strike a balance between just learning the things you so for example, like I said, that I have to learn on the job, like a lot of things like I have to learn on the job. Though there was so I think today was talking about it last time one that there was like no curriculum or like these are some of the things you are expected to know or something. Even let's just say the things you are expected to know, basic things you are expected to know. I think at some point we were doing it here. So I think there was a time he told us to go and learn HTTP status codes and some of those. So just simple things like that. I think it will be going. Yes, that's when you are doing. So I'm okay with the I'm okay with the I'm okay with that. But yeah, I'm okay with that. But in there, that's one thing I think. Any other? If I were to do this again, so if I were to do this again, I would push to pick up for me. I'll push to pick up more tickets on the portal. So interestingly, I have a bad learning attitude. What I mean by so I usually have this attitude of avoiding things I don't like. At the end of the day, if you give it to me, I'll end up doing it. But I don't know. I avoided a lot of portal work in that sense. So I'll say my understanding of the gap between the way I understand API services and the portal is way too much. It's not just too much. I don't think to be balanced. So someone like Kofo now, the gap. Kofo, I wouldn't say she's a little bit more balanced than I am, but she understands the portal very well. She can also pick up some API tickets or something like that. Yeah, so for me, the gap is too much. It's much. My understanding of the service and API and the portal is usually not done. So sometimes when tickets come, Kofo will pick up the portal tickets, I'll pick up the API tickets, and we did it consistently. So if I had the opportunity to be out, try to find a way to strike the balance between. Any other question? You can, you can.